Hello, welcome to Thoughtful Thursdays with Pastor Kristen. Coming to you from outside today. It's been a while since I've done this. During COVID, I was outside a lot, but more often have been inside. But it is relatively quiet in my neighborhood right now, and with outdoor worship this past Sunday, which was lovely. If you joined us, I'm so glad you were with us, whether that was in person or online. But it was a great day to be outside. We thought it was going to be a little cold. Of course, it was 80 last week and 80 this week, and this weekend it was in the 60s. So it was a little chilly to start, but turned out to be a lovely day. And so I'm grateful for everyone who pitched in to make that worship happen. So between outdoor worship and then I was at a meeting earlier this week where an icebreaker question was asked about whether or not we were Halloween people or autumn people. And it was interesting because everyone in the room identified as an autumn person, more about the colors of fall and all of the things that come with fall rather than just Halloween. And so between those things, it got me thinking about a song that I think that I sang on Thoughtful Thursday a few years ago now. But it's called the Tree Song, hence outside among the trees. And it is a song that I learned as a little girl. We had a record by Evie, and she would sing this song. I just got a mosquito. Anyway, she would sing this song, and it was one of my favorites. And so when I first was able to learn it, as I was learning the ukulele, I was very excited. But if you remember from back then, I also realized that it was actually written by Ken Miedema, who I also have some experience with because he led music for some of the ELCA youth gatherings when I was in high school. And so have heard some of his other music. And so it was a fun connection that it's this record that I listened to growing up, and but also this person who was kind of influential in music for me when I was a little bit older. And now I discovered this song that I can play myself when I'm much older. And one of the things that I noticed, though, about this song is that when I discovered the words and chords from Ken Miedema, I discovered an extra verse that I hadn't known before about trees in wintertime. But there was no verse about trees in autumn. And so I took it upon myself to write a little verse for that. And so I will share that one with you today, along with all of the originals. But it's a beautiful song about how trees survive, but I think there is a deeper message for us in how we make it through all of the seasons of our life. So, the Tree Song. I saw a tree by the riverside one day as I walked along, straight as an arrow and pointing to the sky, growing tall and strong. How did you grow so tall and strong? I said to the riverside tree. This is the song that my tree friend sang to me. I've got roots growing strong young tree. So, if you're listening to that, you're like, well, yeah, tree, of course. Tree has roots growing down to the water, leaves growing up to the sunshine, but that tree in winter doesn't necessarily have leaves growing up to the sunshine during the winter. Like, yes, there are some things that, but that tree gets all the nutrients it needs from those leaves that grow up during the other seasons, and then enough to nourish it during the winter as it goes dormant. And so there are all of these promises that whether things are great, if you are feeling like you're planted along the riverside and everything is fantastic and you are bearing all kinds of fruit, or maybe you're feeling like you are in that winter time of life when life is a little bit harder, or you're feeling like that tree in the city where the sun is blocked and you're having a hard time reaching those branches to find what you need. Or maybe you are in this beautiful time of autumn when there is a time of letting go. And we can learn something from the trees about that, I think, because they do let go so beautifully. So I wanted to share with you from Psalm 1, the very first psalm in our psalm book, the first 3 verses. Blessed is the person who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But their delight is in the law of the Lord, and on God's law they meditate day and night. They are like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do, prosper. So we have this promise that while we may not be trees, we do have roots that go down to that life-giving water of God that feeds and nourishes us. And so as we head into this season, as trees are grabbing our attention a little bit more with their vibrant colors, I pray that you remember that you also are connected to that source, that your roots grow down to that life-giving water. Your branches and leaves grow up to the sunshine of Jesus Christ that gives each of you and me life and joy and everything that we need, no matter what season of life we may find ourselves in. I pray that you have a wonderful day today, a great weekend. Invite you to join us for worship at All Saints on Sunday at 9:30 in person or live on Facebook or posted to YouTube by noon. And in the meantime, always remember that God loves you, and so do I. Bye, everybody.